The S&P had a pretty boring day today, but under the surface, it is getting very, very spicy. Beyond Meat is higher by 146% today. So our memes back, our stonks here, because right now it feels like the meme party is back. And the reverse rocket, it might come to a stock near you next. What's the reason why? Well, because we went out of extreme fear. We got a dead cat bounce. We're now out of the extreme reading, and we're here at a modest 29. So we went down there for exactly one day. And now we bounce back above. Is this going to lead to a little bit of a reversal, which means stocks could go higher? Or are we going to roll over? Because some stocks are not having a very good day today. If you look here to Netflix and after hours, the stonk is a little bit sad. This is a stink. It's down by 6.5% in after hours. And then there was another one, which was Texas Instruments, TXN. There we go. This one's down by 8.5%. Sad stonks. So what does this mean? It means that there is a push-pull happening between the bulls and the bears, but boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Denzel. What stock's going to be next? Well, as you can see, some stocks just want to go higher. The memes are back, at least for right now. And since your time is valuable, I'm going to show you the idea at the beginning of the video. I think you might appreciate that. Here is DNUT. I plan to buy it on the 31st if it closes above 3.88. As a reminder, right now we're above that at 4.05. When am I going to buy? On the last calendar day of the month. As long as it's above that price. I expect to see an alert tomorrow around this area. 7 risk reward. For every $1 of risk, we could have some reward. And as a quick sidebar, I do have the stock in my 401k account. So again, I do like it. Pushing forward here are the notes from the weekend. And it's pretty easy to see here that we said an inside bar, which is what we have right here. Inside bar break is what we're looking for. If we're following the pattern of the bearish engulfing or the green box, we're gonna break bullish, have a bull bias. Well, that was the reverse crash. And when stocks like this just go higher on a sympathy play from what's happening at Beyond Meat, it tells me people are they're ready to take on the risk, which means let's go. Leaders lead and followers follow. So I'll talk about Google tomorrow, but very briefly here, and I'll talk about the S&P in a minute. Google has some bad news today. OpenAI is now launching a browser. It's called Atlas. So Google went down, but it rallied back up. Stocks are just not acting the way they normally do, and there might be a reason why. In the first couple of minutes here, I'll show you exactly why. This is like a barrier here. It's the previous all-time high. Staircase up, elevator down. Now we bounced right back to where we started. Will it turn into an M, or are we just going to break through and go on our stairway to heaven? Volume climax. Okay, so real bodies where most volume happens. Correct. So there's a real body. There's a real body. We went down, bounced, came down, formed a higher low, then went higher. If the candlesticks confuse you, don't look at candlesticks. Look at what is helpful. Look right here. Down, bounce, flag, up. Kind of looks like a W. It's not perfect, but it looks like a W to me. And here is the really curious part. Normally, when stonks hit resistance, they don't just power up and break out. Remember these head and shoulders I kept whining about? I know I'm a wussy. I'm scared of stonks going higher. So we had our shoulder, our head, and our shoulder. And I got a little bit worried over here. Clearly, I was wrong. So the bearish setups are just not working right now. And I'm sure that's very frustrating for the short sellers because this is pretty painful. And you can see here because they're starting to cover from 225,000 contracts last week to 172,000. Yeah, we got some bear fuel here. So, right, turn on the barbecue. We got some steaks for dinner. What this really means is that if we continue to go higher, we might go even higher. There were 6 more candles after the inside bar here. 6 more weeks gets us to basically December. What's December? And we're supposed to hear about ChatGPT launching their newest feature, which is a companion. Interesting. So what I basically think is going to happen here is that these weekly charts did not work out really well. I'll ask you for a favor one time and one time only. Could you please consider smashing a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel? Thank you ahead of time. So if you look at this daily chart here for Apple, what's very curious to me is that it's not just happening on the weekly charts where we're breaking out. If I look here to my daily chart, Well, we did just do it, right? I thought this is kind of what we would do. Let's just move it forward. I thought we would backtest. Clearly, I was wrong. I like Apple. It's one of my favorite Mag 7 right now. Happen to think their earnings are going to be a blowout. Do I own it? No. But what I'm watching here very closely is what did it do into that all-time high? And why did we choose this number? Well, if you watch the streams, you'll see exactly the reason why. Let's go here to a horizontal ray magnet. Let's snap it on the previous high. Let's make it red because it is resistance. And then what did it do? Normally what happens is that it powers up to the area and then it backs off and then it goes higher. Well, that's exactly what happened. So what used to be resistance acted as support along with the 50 MA. Excellent. So what are you telling me? The weekly chart needed to power up and break first after hitting it, backing off, going higher. Well, on the second time here, just went gap and go. Whoa, that's a strong chart. It is. Look at Google. Whoa. Isn't that what NVIDIA did? Yes. Marginal new higher high, which means there's no friction. And then it went dramatically higher. Yes, it's down today, but did you even really notice? Look how much higher it is from here. It even back tested and passed. If now we go over here to NVIDIA. So if NVIDIA is the big dog and it's the leader, when did it go higher? When did it gap and go? Oh my God, that was like a long time ago. The stonk was only at roughly $35. Well, we're dramatically higher now, and this gap has never been filled. Let's do the same thing here. Because if we're going into an AI boom, which I think we are, shouldn't the AI picks and shovels company lead? Down, up, gap and go. What happened since here? Oh, wow. The stonk went a lot high. Whoa. Wait. Flag, pop, flag, pop, flag, pop, sag, pop. Yeah. From 35 up to 180. And as more strong stocks join the all-time high club or new all-time highs, like Google, look what it did. Wow. Look at Oracle. It's now apparently a great company. Gapped up. Our earnings aren't actually as great as we thought. No problem. Still holding the gap. Hasn't filled it. Lots of stocks are actually powering higher. RSP even made a new all-time high last week. So what I'm basically trying to tell you is that the market is broadening out. So we can disagree with the market. We can say it shouldn't be higher. But remember, money managers are paid to manage money. And when the market's going up and everybody's excited about this AI thing, I think the bid is going to continue into the end of the year. We got through Netflix, whatever, right? Tesla will be tomorrow. Then we got Intel. And then we got ISAN, where Trump and Lula are set to meet. Lots on that. I'm not going to bore you with it. Then we got GTC. We got Exposibram. We got FII. And we got Kuzma. It's going to be a spicy end to the month. And with that said, the daily chart is still cautiously bullish. We printed a higher high, but did not close above. And the weekly broke inside bear bull. So if in doubt, zoom out. We're in fully bully boomtown. And as of right now, if we look at the S&P 500, again, it can only do three things. So if it's going to do the Apple thing, I might be a little bit surprised. But I would not be too surprised because on the weekend video, again, the 99% chance one I talked about, I literally laid out the playbook for up more. And then you guessed it, up more. And then where? More. And then where? More. Maybe here by the end of next year. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.